Hello folks, what's happening? This is Soffian with iSmart Consulting. I'm sure you guys have played or watched a soccer game before. Do you realize that it's a team sport rather than individual sport? There are goalkeepers, some players defending the goalposts, midfielders and strikers. Some of them play the role of playmaker while others as wingers. They are chosen a certain position based on their skills, experience, etc. Likewise, when you start a business, you need people to fill a position in your company. Your team will be the R&D guys, sales and marketing people, accountants, operations, and many others, depending on how big your company is. Your team should be tight and effective. Let's talk more about how to build a team for your small business. A team is a group of people who work together towards a common goal. And the first thing you need to do when you are building your team is to figure out what kind of team you want. Do you want to have one person who does everything, or do you want to have several people who each take on specific tasks? Different types of teams have different strengths and weaknesses, so it's important to choose the kind of team that will contribute to the most of your success. For example, if you have a lot of administrative work that needs doing every day, then let one person handle those responsibilities instead of spreading them out among multiple people in different roles at once. But if your office is pretty small and everyone knows each other well, maybe getting everyone involved would be better. Once you figure out what kind of model works best for your company, here are some other tips on building a successful team that will help your business reach its potential. Number 1. Set clear expectations from day one. Most probably, new employees get into the company as blank slate. Help them from day one to fasten the process of getting into the company culture and working environment, and to engage as a valuable part of the team. Share the culture you want to grow and get people to feel excited about the future as part of the company. Describe your plans, whether it's 6 months, 2 years, or 5 years. Let your team know where they should be reaching next and work together towards the same goals. Show the connections between your company and its stakeholders. Use diagrams, if necessary, to show interaction with your customers, prospects, and partners. Use we instead of I when talking about your business, including your team members will make them feel welcome and part of a team rather than just associate yourself with your own business, which is a common mistake seen in small business owners. Number 2, get your employees engaged. One of the best ways to get your employees engaged is to give them tasks, then challenging them to complete it within a certain time frame. This can be as simple as asking them to come up with a new name for your restaurants, or as complex as designing a new menu for an upcoming event. Once you have given them the task, you should acknowledge their successes, whether that means telling them thank you or giving them small bonuses for meeting their goals. This shows that you value their contributions, which will help encourage them continue working hard and stay engaged in the company. Finally, mentor your new hires by providing mentorship opportunities and setting up regular check-in meetings with them so they feel they are part of a team. These 3 steps will help make sure your employees feel invested in what's happening at your company and want to continue contributing their skill set for years to come. Number 3, consider team building exercises. For example, one exercise could be having everyone do an activity together, like playing a game or going for a walk, that works towards accomplishing one goal, building trust between co-workers or even within departments. This can also help break down barriers between departments if there's any confusions about who does what. Keep in mind to budget carefully, as the days off work will cost you money in terms of lost productivity, plus the cost of the team building event itself. You can also consider something as low-key as providing drinks and snacks for the last hour of a Friday afternoon. It might work well and cost you less. Number 4, recognize the value of diversity. Diversity is important in any team, not just for small businesses. When you have a diverse team, everyone on the team knows what it's like to work with different people every day. It makes for better communication and helps everyone get along better. But as a small business owner, it's especially important for you to make sure your team is diverse. Because when you're running a business and there are only 2 or 3 people working on it at once, if one person isn't bringing the best ideas forward, then the whole company is going to suffer. So how do you achieve diversity in your small business? Well, first of all, there's some things you can do right away. Like make sure that your company is hiring from all different backgrounds, race, ethnicity, gender, etc. But then there's also some things that come up over time, like making sure everyone has access to training opportunities where they can learn about different cultures and perspectives, so they can feel more comfortable asking questions or sharing ideas. Number 5, understand negative team dynamics. Negative team dynamics is a problem that's been around longer than you might think. It can affect any team, but it's most prevalent in companies with large number of employees, especially if those employees are spread across different departments or disciplines. What are some of the ways that negative team dynamics can prevent a team from becoming successful? Here are a few. Unwillingness to change. One of the biggest causes of negative team dynamics is teams not changing when they need to. In many cases, this happens because people feel threatened by changes or because they have a strong personal attachment to their own roles within the organization. In other cases, people may resist change because they are afraid they will lose their jobs or not be promoted if they don't stay in place. Inability to work together. Another cause of negative team dynamics is an inability to work together as a whole team. This can happen when members don't trust each other enough to share information about projects or problems and instead keep it to themselves so that no one feels personally threatened by them. Too many individual projects can cause the team to lose focus on the overall goals of the company, and it can also cause them to feel like they are not learning enough from their peers. Too much individual recognition can create competition between members of the team, which isn't good for morale or productivity. Competing agendas can also cause problems when members have different views on what's important for the company and how they should work together. Top-down talk and micromanagement, saying do this, do that, is usually less effective than setting a goal and letting the team achieve it on their own. Be aware of the potential for these problems to arise and do what you can to prevent them. Number 6. Use your people skills to build your team. Great leaders value the importance of emotional intelligence. In a nutshell, this means that their leadership style includes treating individuals as human beings, not living drones. Great leaders understand that not every person is motivated by the same thing. Some team players strive on pursuing shared goals. Others seek healthy competitors either with an outside competitor or against another sales team in the same office. By embracing the realities of different work styles and different forms of motivation, an effective leaders will treat people's individual differences as an asset, not as an obstacle. After all, the better you are at managing people, the better your team will perform and the faster your business will grow. The above points are not cast in stones and you can tweak any part of it to suit your company requirement. If you are a one-man operation, you may have to fill all positions at once. It could be daunting, but it's worth it because you know every part of your company. But if you want to grow a company fast, you need people to fill up the position so you can concentrate on the main part of business, which is selling the product or the service. This is one thing that you must excel in order to make it or break it. I hope you understand and have a clearer picture on how to build a team for your business. I wish you a fantastic journey ahead in making your business a great one. See you at the top.